Happy Monday, aka Fun Day, or maybe yesterday was Fun Day too. Alright, we have a lot of stuff to talk about in this vlog, so if you could do me a really big favor, if you enjoy these videos, definitely smash the like button and subscribe for more, especially if you want to see my happy face just about every single day on this channel here, right? If you want me to cover a certain topic, definitely let me know down below in the comment section. And also drop your RuneScape username for a shout out as well too, if you want to be featured in a video. Okay, so uploaded new video on my main channel last night. Definitely make sure you guys check it out about gambling on this game. You know, we got a very long history on RuneScape. We're going to be talking even more about history today too. Grand Exchange primarily. But this game has underwent like so many periodically updates that have just changed the way it has been played. It's unreal. For one game, like I'm currently playing the new Resident Evil game, and it's like, sure, if you compare the first Resident Evil to, you know, obviously this one, I mean, the zombies are friggin' out of this world in this one. The OG zombies are definitely back. Makes Resident Evil Resident Evil. But I mean, you cannot compare Resident Evil 1 to Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 2 to Resident Evil 7, because it has, like, the name at the end of it. It's a different game. RuneScape is a MMO, so it's constantly changing in the simulation aspect. So it's definitely a video to definitely check out if you remember gambling many years ago on this game. As for Without Warning, movie on the screen, if you are looking for a old school movie to really chill back and watch, I don't know how I ended up finding this one. It appeared under the suggestion on Tubi. I'm not being sponsored by Tubi. I wish I was. Yeah, would be nice. Tubi is unlike Netflix and Amazon. It is entirely free to watch their movies, and TV shows too. You just have to bear advertisements. And I believe if you become a subscriber, you can remove the advertisements. It's utterly bullshit that Amazon Prime plays advertisements now. And if you want no advertisements, you got to upgrade your account. Like such a friggin' money grab. I don't watch Amazon Prime that much, so I mean, I just have the typical Prime, but then I do order a lot of stuff from Amazon, but I'm primarily more on Netflix. Anyways, Without Warning is on Tubi. Definitely check it out. You can watch Tubi on your computer, or it has a smart TV application as well too. Agility is cranking away. We are essentially we're slowly getting XP. Ended up gaining about 180k XP from yesterday ish. I'm trying to get 200k per day. If I can get more than 200k per day, then that would be awesome. Obviously, I got to redo some calculations of when I can actually get 99. Because I wanted to get 200k per day to be done mid-March. Well, it's the beginning of March right now, and I am, yeah, it's, if hypothetically I were to get 200k per day, you're talking 4 million divided by 200k, that is 20 days. So it would be the end of March, right? Not you know, not the most terrible. Then I can fully move on to rune crafting and be happy with a smile on my face, but still. Okay, anyways, today we're gonna be talking about a little bit of history, because I utterly was shell-shocked when I actually was looking at this. I am going to be making a complete history video of RuneScape on my main channel. That video is probably going to be released maybe sometime next week, or it could very well be this coming weekend. Hold on. Water cheers, by the way. So if you go on the old school RuneScape wiki page, obviously RuneScape 3 has wiki page 2, But if you go on the timeline, I'm on 2015. So supposedly the Grand Exchange came out on old school RuneScape. So Zora, basically the snake, Zora, the solo snake boss, pretty much was dropped 8 January 2015, I think it came out, or was really the talks about it. Zora, Snake, so January we basically got Zora, 2015, right? But obviously, what do you see here? You obviously see the Grand Exchange, which blows my mind, a 26 February 2015. So, old school RuneScape came out 2013 February. 2007 old school RuneScape you vote, and then the official access was February 22nd 2013. I just do not remember, and I mean, this is how I know that I'm getting old. Oh man, it sucks. And I don't really mean to make anyone feel old and stuff watching, but hopefully it's a good feeling of feeling old, because if you can say, hey, you know, I'm 37, I'm 35, 33, I've done a lot with my life and I plan on doing a lot with my life more, well then you got really nothing to worry about, right? But I mean, it's utterly remarkable that I just cannot recall 2007, because all throughout 2007, or rather all throughout 2013, old school RuneScape had the name in 2007. Obviously, old school community blog, it didn't really set in until like 2014. Because 2014, that's when we started to really get a lot of updates to this game. We started to get a lot of Slayer updates. We started to get a lot of Wilderness updates. What else did we get? I believe a Slayer boss. I believe the Kraken came out during this time period too. Where are you? Bounty Hunter, Corporal Beast, October. Now here's the remarkable thing too. You go back to 2013, rooftop agility courses. I don't even remember these courses being added on 5 December. For some reason, I recall a lot of these updates being added in the later years. I'm not saying that the wiki is a liar. I'm just saying my brain has been corroded because of alcohol drinking throughout my 20s and early 30s. Right? It is pretty remarkable when you actually look at some of these like updates and you just say like, wow, I don't remember the Grand Exchange basically coming out February of 2015. You're talking 2 years post 2007 old school RuneScape. I don't remember that. I remember trading people all the way throughout 2013. I remember trading people all the way throughout 2000 and like, I want to say 14-ish. But I could have sworn the Grand Exchange came out on old school RuneScape like early or middle of 2014. And it kind of really caught me like off guard here. Because, yeah, I mean, old school RuneScape Grand Exchange, if we go ahead... when was it installed? If we go ahead and pulled it up, yeah, February 26, 2015. It just does not feel like it was 2015. That's all. Like I my brain recalls me using the Grand Exchange a lot more. But then again, this is over 10 years. Like I said, this game is old, and the history on this game is something that you really got to appreciate. Now, why is this very, like, important to note? Is because I talk about this a lot, especially on my main channel. pretty much The Last of Us, I nicknamed for the people on RuneScape that have played RuneScape before the Grand Exchange on RuneScape 2. You're talking 2004 up until 2007, December. Hold on one second. When was the Grand Exchange installed on RuneScape 2? Get the exact date right here. November 26, 2007. So if you played RuneScape 2 before November 26, 2007 here, my nickname is really The Last of Us. Obviously, I started playing summer of 2005, so theoretically I fit into that category. Never played RuneScape during the initial launch or RuneScape Classic, but I mean, I got my RuneScape 2 days definitely in. However, if you played old school RuneScape 2013, 2014, you experienced a different style of old school RuneScape. So what is a good nickname to definitely drop there? Probably maybe 2007 is kind of really, so I ended up picking The Last of Us, which I did a podcast series on my main channel revolving around that name. Definitely drop some comments below with some spiffy little names of what could be something really cool to refer to people during that time period. Maybe The Last of Us Part 2. You know what I mean? But there is an insane amount of people that influxed to old school RuneScape 2015, 2016. That was because of streamers. That was because of Iron Man. And also Jagex really started to advertise RuneScape on Google advertisements. I remember seeing old school RuneScape advertisements like everywhere on my videos, on other videos. It was definitely like very popular to see advertisements like out there and stuff. So the whole thing about it is that there are different subcategories of people on this game. And does it really make a difference? Well, what would happen theoretically if all those people were to stop playing the game? And then let's say if Jagex throws you a question, hey, do you want microtransactions on old school RuneScape? Well, what if people who joined old school RuneScape maybe during Rona maybe want microtransactions? And there's not enough of us to really stop the vote from happening. You ever think about that? I think about that. It's very much the same thing here in America. It's the same thing in any country around the world with elections. Now, whether elections are fair or not, that's definitely debatable. But I mean, overall, it's pretty remarkable how there are so many different subcategories of people on a video game like RuneScape that really can shape the future. And if The Last of Us, or whatever we decide to be called for old school RuneScape, I'm really leaning towards like maybe 2007 scapers in a way. But I mean, that's might be a little bit like cliche, but it is just definitely remarkable how it's been over 10 years now since the Grand Exchange came out on old school RuneScape. Not to mention, you also have 13 years now of old school RuneScape for its birthday, which is just even more wild. And I just want to pull up something very quickly. I want to double check. Hold on. Gotta make sure. Okay, hold on one second. You want to know what? I actually do have some videos here. Holy cow. I have so many videos I don't even remember what videos I have, like, even anymore. This was look at these videos. These videos are on my main YouTube channel, Nightmare RH. Grand Exchange voting on old school RuneScape. January 13th, and then the bank video before the Grand Exchange, and then the new Grand Exchange selling my bank. I ended up selling a tremendous amount of junk items. So obviously a very long period ago, but it's pretty remarkable. Very remarkable. So do I remember life on old school RuneScape before the Grand Exchange? I really don't. I want to say it was Falador that had the big markets. It was very hard for me to sell items. And the reason being is because obviously I had a bunch of a-holes that would constantly try to scam me. And then on the flip side, I had a bunch of you amazing people trying to give me free items. And I'm like, no, I don't need free items. I really do appreciate the love, tremendously. Thank you so much. I just want to sell my 1,000 prayer potions that I made for X amount of GP. I'm not looking for an extra like 1 or 2 million GP. Just actually, man, some of my brain cells are coming back. I actually used to buy items from friends. That's what I used to do. Okay, I gotta make a separate video talking about that. Yeah, some of my brain cells are actually coming back to me. I would buy items from a lot of friends, and I would be like, hey, can I please buy these items from you? I'll buy a little bit above, the GE price. And that's how I ended up avoiding the scams and also avoiding a lot of like people, being a-holes, being scams, and also just people potentially being very rude too. Otherwise, let me know down below, like I said, if you remember the Grand Exchange, no Grand Exchange in old school RuneScape. Let me know a spoofy nickname that you want or you think maybe we should call people like us. Because we got to think of a good nickname. The Last of Us, that is such an epic name for like the last of the RuneScape 2 players. But it has to be something. Has to be something. All right, everyone. I'll enjoy reading your guys' comments. New video on here definitely tomorrow. Take it easy. Massive RuneScape gains for everyone. And later,